everyone, this is Waldorf.
This is Stephanie.
And now we have Battle Report 8.
8.
Goblins versus Dwarves.
At Huzzah Habes.
I want to point out, goblins. Not orcs and goblins.
Just goblins?
Just
You
goblins.
took that little comment to personally this way.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody mentioned that I keep talking about the mono races, but I play orcs and goblins. Well, this is goblins. So, goblins, I got 2 advisors on wolves, which is the goblin equivalent of the prince.
Just to be clear, this is an Oathmark scenario.
Yeah, it's Oathmark.
Yeah.
2 champions on wolves. A wizard, 3rd level wizard on a wolf. Dispel, fireball, and weakness. 2 2nd level wizards on foot. 1 with fireball and fleet feet, and 1 with courage and shift. 4 units of wolf riders, 9, 9, 4, and 4, with a character going in each one of those. And 4 units of wolf rider scouts. 2 units of 5 and 2 of 4.
9, wow.
What? 9? Yep. Yeah, that's 200 points. It's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's as much as the Goblin Spearman. The Goblin Spear block costs the same points. So 2 blocks of Goblin Spears of 20, a 16 Archer unit, and a 15 Archer unit.
Okay.
So, actually I was having fun building this list.
No artillery.
No artillery at all. Because Goblins technically don't have artillery. It's Orc artillery, I believe. So, anyway. That's that. So, my opponent's playing Dwarves. And he's going to have 3 champions, a 3rd, and 2 2nd level wizards. You know what? I forgot all about. Didn't put his spells down. Everyone had explosive ammo. The 3rd level had fireball and dispel. And I don't know what the other 2 2nd level had. But they all...
Armor buff?
Yes, I believe they both had armor buffs. And the, what was it? Oh, yeah, everyone had explosive ammo, which is a fantastic spell. Only works on artillery, of course, but still really good. +1 strength and +2 dice. So it makes it good against any unit, not just the bigger units.
Right.
Anyway, 20 warriors and 2 units of 19 soldiers.
Wow, that's big.
4 units of 10 dwarf archers, 2 heavy catapults, and an Ichi. Ichi. So,
I guess it's appropriate to have 1 each of Ichis.
1 each of Ichis. Technically, you're only allowed to have 1 each. My opponent that played earlier that used Ichis in the groups cheated me, apparently. Dirty, rotten.
I'm disappointed you didn't redo your basing before playing this game.
Okay, be disappointed. It's a good point, though. Point taken. So we decided he wanted to play the Oathmark scenario. So we rolled up, and high roll got to choose attacker or defender and sides. So
let me guess, he was hoping he'd be the defender.
Probably. Although I think it would have been a more interesting. Well, I wouldn't have mind if we would have had time. I wouldn't have mind flipping it and play it a second time the opposite way,
right.
Just to see what happened.
Yeah, you have a few more units than him, just a few.
I've got a few more.
Yeah.
Do I? He's got
yes, you do.
3, 6, 7.
You have more cavalry than he has guys.
No, I don't. You're exaggerating now. 30. I only have like 43 or cav or something. He's got 40 archers.
I'm speaking of units, not individual models.
Oh, okay.
You notice that yours is all the way across the table. In some cases, ranked too deep.
Well, he just wanted to paint.
He can't even cover the table.
He just wanted to, squeeze tight into the center.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he's, a little too tight, actually.
Yeah.
If you consider they're supposed to be on bigger bases than they are.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Uh-huh.
Even the Ichi's on a 40 millimeter base instead of a 50.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm doing the same thing with my guys. Using the, still using the 20 millimeter models. So anyway, so there's the 3 Oathmarks. You can see that with the little poker chips and the board. And those are my two units of my my goblin scouts up front.
Okay.
And there's a unit of 5. You can barely see the one over here on the... It's the one in the front over here on the far left. That's a unit of 5 of the Goblin Scouts. And off the board, off the picture to the right is a unit of 5 Scouts. What's also not in the picture, well, you can barely see it in the picture, is 2 units of 5 Cav over there on the far left. So, the water we said was difficult, but provided no cover. The forest, difficult. The ruin we said was cover and difficult, and the field we said was cover and difficult. So.
And the hill's just a hill.
And the hill's just a hill.
And the house is?
House is a house. Impassable.
Impassable, okay.
Yep. And so there we set up. Again, based on what he's setting up, I assumed he's pushing for the center and the one on my left. So
I'm just saying, it's not a good sign for the dwarves when Scooby-Doo is their general.
It's the best sign for him.
Yeah.
Yes. So here we go. Turn 1. Waiting for the screen to change. There we go. So he goes first on turn 1. He lobs off a catapult and immediately peels off 5 of my goblin spearmen and disrupts them.
Okay.
Wonderful. It's always a great start to a game. I guess I know how some other players feel now.
Yeah.
I decided to just kind of push my archers up there on the top left. They're the same armor as actually the Wolf Riders.
Right.
So my thing is just to keep him up there front and let him just kind of sit back and shoot at me as long as he wants. That means he's not moving forward.
Okay.
Off to the left, you can see, well, let's see if there's a better picture. There's the left-hand side. Everyone's over here has moved for my side. We're just pushing forward.
Looks like he's been shooting up your Wolf Riders holding the center.
He has been. The Dwarven archers really don't have anybody else to shoot at, so they're picking on them and shooting them up. On the left-hand side, my Wolf Rider scouts are the one leading the way over there on the left, and everybody else is a regular cav.
So you're doing a big advance on this flank.
Yep. My idea is to hit him as far back as I can away from this Oathmark, and therefore slow him down.
Okay.
And more shooting in the center has brought both my units. He's killed 4 Wolf Riders there in the center of the scouts.
He's occupied the hill, but he's playing refuse flank on this side.
Correct. And we're going to go into turn 2.
Okay.
The thing was kind of quiet. Again, we're continuing to move forward over here. I actually moved forward, and I guess I didn't mark it, but I moved forward and put a wound on that catapult in the back with my shooting.
Okay.
And over here, he catapulted my spearman unit a second time before they could get the disruption off, and now they're gone.
Oh, they failed.
Yep, they failed a second time.
Their checks.
Luckily, the cascading panic didn't get the other unit.
Okay.
And there we go. We're just adjusting stuff, moving around. Up here with my Wolf Riders coming forward. And there you go. He's taking a pot shot with something. I forgot what it was. It might have been one of the catapults. Killed a couple of Wolf Riders out of this unit, which is a shame because this is just before they got to charge and would have got the +1. But I charged forward, smashed into the dwarves, and pushed them back 6 inches. There we go. And of course, because of that, leaves my flank wide open for this unit to pivot and charge me in the flank, which it does, disrupting me and shoving me back 6 inches towards the center of the board.
Okay.
Hopefully he's pushing him right there in front of that Ichi so he can try to finish me. And going on to turn 3. There's the board at the beginning of turn 3.
So you've turned your smaller units to the center. He must have confused.
What's wrong?
Turned around again.
Who?
That block of troops that charged you in the flank.
The block of troops that turned me in the flank is the one in the back. It's this one. There was one on its left that kept moving forward and then turned towards the flank.
Oh, I thought that was the one that you forced back.
No. Where is this picture coming from? Whoa, hey.
This looks weird to me.
Oh yeah, that's true, because he pushed the he hit those guy archers and pushed them off to the right.
Right, so it should be facing them.
So it should be facing him. Wonder what's going on.
Let's see, he had a magic spell or something.
No, he did not. I wonder if that's just a misplaced picture. Yeah, because now he's back where he belongs. Okay. Never mind. Ignore that last picture.
Okay.
Because that's where he belongs. After he hit me and pushed me over there, he turned and moved forward.
Okay.
Not sure what that picture would have come from. Anyway, I've activated my unit of Wolf Riders up front so I could get the disruption off of him before he can hit me again.
Right.
And have moved, basically just shifted off to the right a bit.
And you brought your other ones up to the center?
And
last turn?
The ones on the right came up last turn.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to bring the other spear block up
Mm-hmm.
to avenge their brother goblins. And now my 2 units of archers are coming up out of the field because I figure he's not pushing on this side. I need to get him out where they can actually
do something.
Yeah.
Those little bows that they have.
So the Wolf Riders, the other big unit of Wolf Riders, charges in and smashes into the archers. Looks like they inflicted a few casualties, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And forced them back.
Mm-hmm.
Just another instance of forcing them back. And I'm doing the exact same thing I did on the other side now. This unit on my left will pivot and come after me.
Looks like you've been shooting his archers on the hill.
And I shot them. I got within range and killed 2 of them.
With your archers?
Those 5 are on the base. They just won't stay there because the base is where the unit is.
Okay.
The 5 off to the right are actually there. So this unit does the same thing. It pivots and comes after me. Hits me in the flank. And, of course, actually, got incredibly... did incredibly well with his attacks. But I rolled a 10 on my morale check, so was not, did not end up being disrupted from it.
Did he fall back?
What's that?
Did he fall
He
back?
just pushed me an inch.
He did push you. Okay.
He pushed me an inch. And this is, again, I'm okay with that. Again, I wanted him to go to the right instead of coming forward. The only problem was I didn't expect him to do that much damage.
Right.
So we've got that. I guess I didn't mark this one, but if you go back to this picture, you can see the 2 Wolf Riders on the far left are lined up to go past the archers and straight into that catapult, which they do. I didn't do a single wound. He did 2 and killed me.
Okay.
There's his dice, a 10 and a 9. So, that worked out well for me.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. I was hoping to take a catapult out of commission. Didn't quite work. So we have that. These guys are there. Over here, the Wolf Riders on the far left are the scouts. They're going to fire again and put a second wound onto that catapult.
They don't just shoot the closest?
No, they have the aimed fire.
Okay.
But I didn't do enough, so the catapult fires again. This time, killing 5 and disrupting the other unit of spear block.
Okay.
More shooting in the center eliminates the other remaining 2 Wolf Riders that were with the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's the advisor. So they eliminated the 2 guys with him and disrupted him again, and he's by himself. He's not feeling really good about his life. The Ichi keeps trying to activate. Ichi has to activate on 2 dice, needing a 7, and it's having trouble activating.
It's kind of bumbling around.
And it's just kind of bumbling back and forth. Dwarves in the center, dwarves on the left keep moving up. And there's my archers coming even further out of the field so they can shoot up on the hill. So the Wolf Rider unit that was here pivots and goes into the dwarves as they move forward. Actually did really well, 4 to 1.
Yeah.
So smash him, and we're going to push him back again. So there we go. He can do the same thing with this unit.
Mm-hmm.
He can pivot this unit on the left and hit my wolves in the flank. But if he does, that's going to leave my Wolf Riders to either hit him in the rear or go forward and hit the catapult in the back. over here, my scouts come up onto the hill in the flank of his archers, and that's what we're looking at. Overall picture of the situation on the left.
Okay, so you've done your character in the center. You got your spearmen have pulled up, taking shots, and disrupted. And cavalry's dancing, but you're slowing. He's not advancing really.
Correct. Yeah, his advance is being ground to a halt on the left, and all that's he's not going to get to the one on the right, and the one on the left now he's taking it. It's taking him a while to get moving. Like you said, I've got my one advisor there by himself, hanging out there disrupted, right by the Ichi and the archers. Over on the other side in the front is an advisor with one wolf rider with him, just kind of hanging out there.
Got a nice flank truck lined up.
What's that? Who does?
The guys, the 2-unit wolf rider.
Oh, and this 2-unit wolf rider you see back here by the in front of the house are the scouts.
Oh, that's not what you were talking about with the advisor. Okay.
The scouts, yeah, the advisors and that one up front that got slammed.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so those are the scouts. But I am planning on doing exactly what you just mentioned, because at this point we're up to, and there's the other, just a picture of the other side, which you can see almost all of as it was. So we're up to turn 4. It's an 8-turn game, so this is the halfway point after the end of this turn. His dwarves charge forward. He gets very unlucky, doesn't do anything to me, and I did 1 back. So we send him back to whence he came.
Wow.
That was just a lucky roll. Of course, he had his over there on the other side, where he smashed my wolf riders badly. The wolf rider scouts come into the flank of the archers, killed a few and pushed him back over to where you see him. Shooting eliminates all but the champion over here.
Okay.
But does disrupt him.
And that's your mage behind him.
And that's the mage behind him. And the mage actually fights.
The double arrow was what? Just
shooting. He shot fireball and the
fireball,
catapult at him. That's between the two of them is what he eliminated the rest of them. Again, my only victory conditions is to not let him break 2 of the Oathmarks.
Right.
So my goblin
are expendable.
Yes. Even the level 3 mage right there on the horse can pivot and go into the flank of that unit, and I think he's got 3 attacks. It's combat dice 1 or 2.
That's correct.
So even he might be able to do something to delay him for a turn, and that's what it's about at this point. More shooting on the right has eliminated all but the advisor and put a wound on the advisor. On the right, you can see him over there on his...
The wolf rider. On the very large base all by himself.
All by himself. It's a base for 10, and he's there alone.
Yeah, you've got 2 of those.
I do.
Is there kind of intimidation going on?
It is. Try to remove it. So I did remove this one, actually. This guy, this advisor managed to activate and shake off his disruption again. Over here, what has happened? I don't think anything much has happened over here. Let's go back to there you go. So his dwarves decide they're going to get angry, and they charge him and kill my last guy.
The advisor on the flank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who had a wound on him, just killed him dead. My 2 shooty cav decide the scouts go into the flank of this dwarven unit, killed 2 and pushed him back 6 inches. He's still got that full unit over there to the left of me though, so he's still got a unit capable of getting to the Oathmark. And there we have that. And the unit up, so you can see he's gotten rid of his disruption on the unit of 4 dwarves that got pushed off the hill. Between the catapults and these guys, they eliminate the unit that pushed his dwarf block back.
Okay.
And over here, we're just kind of staying, looking at each other. Not quite sure what's going on there. Back to his, he activates this unit, smashes me, pushes me back only 1 inch. And we're going to go to turn 5. It's what we look like at the beginning of the turn.
Okay, so your goblins are slowly advancing on the far right.
Goblins are trying to get out of the field and get to where they can. I want to get within position to do something out here in the center, so I can,
Not doing any good back there.
Yeah, exactly. And the other spear block's been eliminated at some point too, so I've got absolutely nothing guarding that center. Oathmark. So that, and what are we doing? Oh, actually won the. Anyway, I'm not sure if I won the initiative that turn or what, but the advisor pivots to the right and charges into the rear of the archers, and rolls really well and killed a bunch of them. But leaves them kind of, and disrupted them as well. That's what the little heart symbols are, by the way. Disrupts them but only pushed them an inch. So I didn't want to push them closer to the Oathmark. Over here, he's his remaining 4 dwarves pivoted and marched forward, or moved forward to block off my other Wolf Rider scouts from getting back into the mix, because I wanted to pivot or wheel them and get them out here for the Oathmark, but he pushed him in front of me. The Ichi finally activates, charges my advisor in the rear and kills him. I flank, I think, but anyway, didn't matter. He killed me. He got Ichi'd. So the Ichi's actually done something for, he killed a guy earlier, but regular movements, he's got shot up a little bit with these dwarven archers. I need to get 2 more, and that'll prevent him from being able to get to the Oathmark, to kill the Oathmark. But I forgot about his catapults. Catapults open up again. This time they kill 6. And I believe they disrupted me. So, just got that. And we're finally on turn 6. Turn 6, the other archers come around. He's finally eliminated my Wolf Riders over on the far left. Are finally completely gone. I put 3 wounds on that catapult back there, not 4. It's important safety tip. Remaining Wolf Riders charge into the flank of this big unit of dwarves. Push them back as far as I can. I elected to push them back 6. They stop at the edge of the board.
You disrupted them?
And they're disrupted with a little heart mark on them. Over here in the center, I activated this unit of the front unit of archers, hoping to shake off that disruption. They did not, so I just took a full move to get away from the other ones. So that way when they go away, they don't take the other ones with me. I did shoot and knock the dwarves up top, the blocking dwarf up top down to 1.
Who shot?
Oh, actually, I think did they shoot or did they attack him? Can't remember. I think we shot at him to hope to eliminate him. The cavalry. Yeah. The catapult in the back takes a shot at my Wolf Rider unit that just punished his dwarves and kills 2 of them over on the left. And his other unit of dwarves charges into my champion, who's already disrupted, and they finish him off with his 1 wound total. The little 1 marker that he's got on there is he's upped his armor on this unit and the one on the left.
Okay. With magic.
The magic spell. Over here, another catapult shot kills another 5 goblin archers, disrupts the second unit. It's not great. Ichi is on the move, coming out towards the center of the board. And that's what we're looking like. In the middle of the turn, some more shooting, and they polish off both my units of goblin archers, who were already disrupted. He just finished them off by wounding them again. My Wolf Riders up top have charged and got rid of that little dwarf that was in front of them, but they're where you see them. And over here, a couple of movements, moving stuff around. And this is going to go to the top of the 7. So we're getting ready to start the top of the 7, and we took a look at the board and decided he can't win. He's got the Oathmark in the middle. As long as if he activates before I cast a fireball or something, he can beat that token. Mm-hmm. If he didn't win the initiative, then I could technically fireball him or something. And as long as I kill one, they can't pick it up, which means no one else can. But when we look to the side over here on the left, he's got 2 turns, and he's got to start his turn on the Oathmark, and he's way too far away. He's like, 15 away. So if he had 2 full turns, he could get to it, but that's it.
Right.
He just got pushed back too many times over there. And there he sits. There's the center of the board. The only thing left on the other side. So pretty much foregone conclusion. He's probably going to get this Oathmark, because even if those dwarves don't, he can move them off and move up the next unit onto it, and he would get that one. But he has no chance at getting into the other ones.
Right.
So at that point we called it, and it was a goblin victory.
Yay, goblins.
Yay, goblins. Now, again, yeah. Kind of would like I said, I'd like to see the game play the other side, the other way, with roughly the same forces, if not the exact same forces. I think it would be a hard go of it for me. Although he did all the shooting he could, and if you look at what I got left, I got nothing left to take an Oathmark. So if it was roughly the same thing, I mean, the game will be different, of course, because it would be played different. But
you can't say.
Right. But anyway,
because he's got to spread his army out to cover the 2 back ones.
Correct. Because he doesn't know during deployment. And I'm fast enough to redirect a little bit from one to the other, where he did not have that
you get
choice.
Deployment advantage, and you move quickly before you can reinforce. And it's the same challenge. So
the difference being I can redeploy a lot faster than he can.
Yeah.
And the big advantage I had in this one was to be able to get out so far forward and engage him before he got anywhere near the Oathmarks.
Which is kind of how you want to play this scenario.
I think so. Which he would not, he doesn't, with his army doesn't have that ability to do. He never lacked for targets, though.
Yeah.
And that explosive ammunition is a really good spell on the catapults.
On the catapults, yeah.
So
he was primarily casting that.
He was every time the catapults fired, they had explosive ammunition on them.
Yeah, that's helpful.
The +1 from the spell negates the -1 from the indirect fire.
Right.
So I think he even had one. I forgot what turn it is. One turn near the end, I think. The catapult on the right had just a straight shot with explosive. So strength 5 catapult was shooting at my goblin archers. That's the one I think did 6 that one time.
Yeah.
Which is just awful. But yeah. I got a chance to use more Wolf Riders than I have for a long time, which makes me very happy.
Used all you can use.
No, I could use it more.
You had 4 of each. That's all you can field.
Well, I could increase the size of those.
That's true. You could add more characters.
And I could add more characters as well, but anyway. I'm not sold on the characters the goblins need, the one thing I needed in this army is I needed some type of captain or something down with those spear blocks to hopefully at least give them a 3rd dice to get a chance to rally.
Right.
The other thing that I was severely hampered with is these 2 level 2 guys were having a really rough time activating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a 6, so I guess I should probably make that roughly 75% of the time.
No less than that.
Because each roll is a little, 50%?
Yeah, but it doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah, 50% and then 50% of that. roughly. So, anyway, and they were just having a rough time activating, and that's just too sketchy.
Right.
So maybe a commander to hang out with them, or maybe put a commander in one of those spear blocks and keep these guys nearby would be the answer to that, I think. But that's 130 whatever points for a commander. So
yeah, orcs and goblins need their command figures.
We need their command, and well, I mean on the other hand, I have those big blocks of 10 wolf riders, which really don't ever get the advantage of. But as you can see, I pretty much needed them because they got beat up bad.
Yeah.
And I kind of sacrificed both of them by slamming into the unit and taking a flank charge each way.
Right.
I was not expecting to take the damage I did off on the right. I was thought that unit could eventually at least pivot around.
Well, that's the risk of sending individual units forward in this game. You're unsupported and you get hit in the flank.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get hit in the flank. So, anyway, you know what? I did early, but not anytime else. The commanders got too far away. The two commanders I had, the guys with command ability, got too far forward and away from everybody else.
Right.
And therefore, I never got to use that command ability.
You want to use them as fighters instead of falling back and
yes,
helping your guys.
I did it kind of the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I would have the champion should have been in those forward units rather than the commanders. Anyway, but it was a fun game. 8 games in, still having a great time.
Yeah, and you pull out a victory again.
So yeah, back to my winning ways.
Back to your winning ways.
Yes. So anyway, that's going to do it for now.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.